Well, good afternoon, happy Monday. You made it through the weekend and we are back to Monday. Now, before I get going and tell you what this awesome, really pretty cool Tacoma mod is, I actually have to get this up on my own screen so I can see what the heck is going on. Let's see here. There we go. We have a commercial pulling up right away. I don't know what it is, some kind of parks people or something. I don't know. I skipped right through that, so we're good to go. I see I have the camera turned the wrong direction. So let's try it this way. Probably a little better if you can actually see who the heck it is talking to you, right? Rookie mistake, I guess we'll call that. I don't know. So I've got it back and you guys are on. Again, welcome to Monday. Thought I'd do a little live stream about this. I had the Tacoma in the garage and I thought, you know, I'm going to pull it in here and backwards because I wanted to look at something on the tailgate. Put the tailgate down because it was about to take out this really pretty annoying extender here. I mean, I don't know if you guys have this, but I find this thing to be really just in the way most of the time. I never use it for anything, so, you know, I don't know why it's even there. But I have this pretty cool Tacoma mod. Now, let's get into it. I don't want to drag it on for an hour or anything. So, let me set that back there. YK says, hi Rob, long time since I caught a live. YK, welcome back. What it is the flat panel tailgate cover, if you will, or replacement, because that's what it really does. And it's from Snail Armor. And there is a discount code. It's 10% off if you use discount code RobMotive in lowercase, you know, RobMotive at snailarmor.com. But a couple of purposes to this. Number one, the look of it's pretty cool. But before we get into that, ever have this happen? Let's say you're outside, you're drinking the sweet tea like me, and you're not paying a lot of attention, right? Oops, just lost the cat. See, not paying a lot of attention. You go to sit it down, and that happens. I didn't mean for it to spill that much. But anyway, live stream, right? Now you've got pop or something sticky or whatever spilled all over the place. So while you were trying to do what you were doing, you have to stop because of that. What a bummer. So let's take this thing off of here. Let me dump it off. Just gave myself a splinter from it too. Wow, pull that out. Not a good day for me. Let's set this stupid thing aside. We'll just stick it right up here. I guess it could make a good shelf if you're working, if you have that pain in the arse bed extender. But anyway, you have the flat panel here. Let me give you a little closer view of it. It comes again from Snail Armor. All you do is pull this crappy one off because of these ridges. Bad for the knees too, by the way. But all you do is remove all of these screws. They're pretty simple. It's a Torx bit, very easy to do. And then slip in the new Snail Armor cover. Now you see mine, of course, has a channel logo on it. You know, I'm a ham. I have to advertise the channel and all that stuff. Has the Snail Armor logo over here, their insignia, if you will. And I think it just looks pretty cool. It's aluminum, and it has this black surface coated on it, which, as you can tell, has never been damaged. Certainly not by water when you just dump a thing of a prop. It was a prop, right? Stupid thing. I mean, look, this is what happened. Oh, that time it stuck, probably because it's concave sitting on top of the bed extender there. But you have to get it just right. You don't have to do that when you have this, right? I mean, it's not going in. There's nothing to tip it over, right? Yeah, I have the cap on this time. So there's no way for it to fall over and spill stuff all over yourself or all over whatever it is you're working on, right? Another thing I like about it, as I mentioned, it's not a knee buster. Ever crawl in on one of these things? They don't feel very good. Plus, if they get damaged, and I mean, you can get a sliver. I can't show this on camera. I'll get banned or something. But actually got a little bit of a cut from doing that. What a bummer, man. Now, this thing, as I mentioned, has been on the truck for quite a while. No issues with it. You can set your own design or just go with a blank one if you want. It's up to you. But if you're going to get this, why wouldn't you put some kind of design in it? It can be anything you want. for the most part. I mean, they do have to be able to program it, you know, they're programming it into a machine or whatever they do, I don't know. The one thing I want to mention about this, because there are others out there and they always advertise you can cut on it. You know, they show like a, man, I hope I got all that. Jeez. They always show, you know, you can cut on it, put your big old thick steak on there and cut on it, use it as a cutting board. Well, you ever see what an old cutting board looks like? Looks like an old cutting board. Plus, if you use your tailgate for stuff, it's going to be pretty dirty, right? Now, they say, well, you can get some of that antiseptic, the cleaner stuff, you know, clean it off and still hack on it or whatever. Yeah, but you're going to get that stuff down in the grooves where all the bacteria and crap's growing. I mean, it'd be a really crappy time if you're out there on the trail somewhere, say you're gone for a week or whatever, I don't know, and you give you and everybody else food poisoning. That'll ruin your trip, right? Because you're cutting on that. My advice is buy one of those cheapo little Walmart cutting boards, right? Take that with you. Take it home when you're done, clean it off well, or if it's cheap enough, throw it away and get another one. Why would you want to risk that? The other cool thing about this is it's not a polymer or a plastic or any of that. You can set hot pans and stuff on it. You can cook on it. You don't want to do that if you've got something that's made out of rubber, plastic, polymer, whatever those things are. I don't know what the other ones are. So those are the big advantages, I think. I love it. It just looks really cool on the truck. And I don't talk about it enough, probably because I'm not always screwing around in the back of the truck. Most of what I do is in the front, in the cab, on the sport bar, lights or whatever and stuff like that. So I just wanted to kind of give a little pub where it's due, because when a company comes out with a product that's good, we should know about that, right? Just as much as we know about the ones that are bad. And that seems to be the way of the internet. You know, everybody likes to talk about what's really bad. Well, this is a different example. This is something that's really good. Again, I'm not going to dwell on it too long. It's up to you guys, but there is a discount code, 10% off. Code RobMotive in lowercase, RobMotive. It's just like the channel name. You can't forget it, right? It's at snailarmor.com. Now, let's see if there's any comments on here. Then there's one more thing I want to talk about that's not this, so let's see. YK said, I saw that. Brent, hello Rob, I have one on my Tacoma, it works well. There is a testimonial from somebody else who has one. I don't know Brent, but he likes it. M. Jones, RM, he's our man. Oh, he's our man. Well, thank you, I think. If he can't mod it, I doubt you can. Oh wait, I have to read this all together. It's like a little poem or something. RM, he's our man. If he can't mod it, I doubt you can. It's my little singing, I don't know, anyway. I thought of that myself, LOL. Mark, that's why you're so cool, man. And what else do you have to do up in Canada when it's cold outside? I mean, it's 75 degrees. I'm rocking the sleeveless shirts down here. You thought they were gone, didn't you? They're never going anywhere. By the way, I had somebody comment the other day on the channel about how I needed to, this was a dig on me, about how I needed to go to Costco and replace my wardrobe. And I'm like, you know, this is not a dating I think some people get confused. And I'm flattered that people are looking at my aesthetics, that they think, I guess, well of me, I don't know, or I could look better. But it's not a dating site. You know, you don't swipe right, swipe left. It doesn't work. Don't do that. It's not that kind of site. But I'm flattered. I appreciate it. Do want to give a quick shout out to 2 channel members, Chad Kranatz and Wee Fergie. There is a membership thing on the channel if you're interested in that. It says join at the top. You can click at all the details if you want, if you're interested. Brent, or Jeff Fielder says, how much is it? You know, I knew somebody was going to ask me that. I believe it's a bit under 200. I believe 200. A bit under, I think. I'm joined by a moth. But check out snailarmor.com. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything to go there and look, right? And you'll know what the price is. I just can't recall right off the top of my head. But don't forget, you can get 10% off too. So it's a little bit less than that, I imagine. Let's see. Brent says, the Snail Armor top doesn't scratch. I've had mine for 3 years. Let's see, does scratch. I'm sorry. I've had mine for 3 years and it is scratched up a lot. Well, I'm sure it depends on what you do with it. I mean, if you're a heavy user, you're running, you know, cinder blocks across there, I don't really care what you have, it's going to scratch, right? So yeah, I mean, anything will. I'm not saying it won't ever scratch. I'm saying it's held up really well on my truck, and you guys can see it. I'm standing here, you're looking at it. I did have one, I've actually had two others. I had one on a Jeep Wrangler or Gladiator, which held up really well, and one on another Toyota Tacoma. Now, full disclosure, I'm not a heavy bed user, so I'm not, you know, sticking a lot of stones and cinder blocks and things like that. So, you know, it's always going to be how you treat it, right? Anyway, I love it. I think it's pretty cool. Like I said in the title, you know, I don't talk about it enough, probably because I just don't use the back of the bed a whole lot. So when I do on an occasion like this, it's just something that I wanted to bring up. Now, there's something else I wanted to talk about. Jeff Fielder says, perfect. Oh, we have a mosquito out here. Damn, I hate mosquitoes, man. Something else, I got to move you guys up a little bit. I'm going to do something else with the light bar up there. I've got, what, 3, 6, 8 individual pods up there right now, and I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know what it is. The look, I don't know. Maybe I needed 2 more, one on each side, but man, you're really starting to draw some juice. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with some sort of an LED light bar. Something about, I don't know, what do you think that is? About 48, 50 inches? I don't know, something like that long, so that I take up the whole space. And it's one uniform piece, if you will. And the other benefit I think I would have in doing that is I would have a little bit shorter height on that, because the truck is going to be going underneath the lift, or maybe on top of it, I don't know, with something else under it. And I need the space. So I want to kind of shrink that down a little bit. By the way, there's 20 people on here now. There's been more, and only 8 likes. Hit that thumbs up button. You know, it'd be cool. It doesn't cost you anything. So anyway, I'm thinking of doing that. The problem I've run into with LED light bars in the past, though, is how they mount. Typically, they're set up to mount from the sides, you know, and I don't really want that. I want it to mount from underneath, because that's where my mounting points are. On the far edges of the bar, there is nothing there. It's just void. It's open space. So, I mean, I guess I could put some, maybe an aluminum bar, maybe 1 inch wide or so, and as long as whatever the light bar is going to be. And I guess I could mount that to the holes on the top. I'm kind of thinking how to do this while we're on. But I could do that. Run a bar across there, put my 2 mounting brackets for the light bar on that bar, and then mount the bar itself on the existing holes on the bottom. I guess that must be how people do it. I'm not sure. I have had them before. Actually, I have one. I don't know, I have one somewhere that had sliding mounting brackets on the bottom. It was for the roof rack, for the Prinsu roof rack. That is a really slick setup, because it has these little nubs that fit in a track and slide, and then you can affix them from the bottom on that particular light bar. Problem with that light bar is it's not long enough for what I need. Otherwise, I would use that, and it would be shorter than the footprint, if you will, of what I've got up there right now. And I just don't think that would look good. I think it would look stupid on the top of the truck. One other thing that I'm happy about with these lights, a concern and things that people have mentioned, is whether or not the light would clear the roof. Because I'm mounting these on the back, you have to clear the expanse of the roof, right? So you do have to have it up a little bit in the air, which these are, so that you can angle those lights down and clear the roof. Otherwise, all you're going to do is light up the top of your truck, which I guess is great if you're trying to show somebody up there drones, helicopters, maybe F-18s, with all that's going on right now, that you're driving around in your Tacoma. Wouldn't that be cool, though? It'd be a nice green shine from the top of my truck with light coming down from above, pointing down. I think that would look pretty neat. Anyway, that's the plan. That's what I'm going to do. I'm also looking for a bumper for the rear, something that'll match up with that Highline body armor front bumper. I haven't found anything yet that I take that back. I found something I like, but it was exorbitantly expensive. More money than I'm willing to spend. Again, talking about value like you do with the 2024 Tacomas. More expensive than I'm willing to spend. The value is not there. And speaking of that, before I sign off, which I'm going to do in just a minute, the 2024s do seem to be showing up a lot more in the market now. Of course, we know the TFL boys, they got their truck. They had to fly to, I think, Houston or Dallas or somewhere. They got their truck. They're driving it back to Colorado. That's cool. I know there was another one down here in South Texas, I believe, that sold. I don't think that one was even on the lot. I think it came in and it was gone. My dealer that I use, they're not supposed to have one until somewhere in March, probably towards the end of March. And as far as I know, they're only getting a couple. But keep in mind, there was a hold on the 2024s in the form of a government, almost a restriction. I guess it would be a hold in that they hadn't assigned the EPA certificate or certificates to the new Tacoma, and that's what was holding everything up. So that has been resolved. Obviously, people are buying them. They wouldn't be able to buy them without that EPA certificate thing. So I think we're going to see a lot more show up, and I believe, and I've been told, that Toyota was kind of warehousing a bunch of Tacomas, and I think we're going to see all of those released now that this EPA thing is finally over. Krista has joined us. I guess we'll extend the live stream a second longer. This is my wife, in case you didn't know her. This is Krista. She's been on the channel here and there, not for a while. By the way, I'm not this short. This makes me look like she's taller than I am. You see, it's not a Zendaya Spider-Man situation here. You see, when I stand up straight,
oh, get off
like
your
this.
He's on his toes.
When I stand up straight, like, you see this? Look at this. I'm at least a foot taller than she is. So, you know, I don't want to hear any comments about how Rob is so short.
Maybe a centimeter.
And he's not really 5'9"
He
and
is.
a half.
He is.
And a half. I had the doctor measure me to prove it. Anyway, I didn't really get on here to talk about height. Krista was around, so there you go.
Just segued.
That's it. I'm going to cut it off here. Again, if you're interested, I highly recommend them. It's a pretty cool mod. The Snail Armor flat panel for the rear tailgate. Again, there's a discount code RobMotive, 10% off, snailarmor.com. There's a link and info down below if you want to check it out. Thanks for joining the live. I appreciate it. And if you didn't join the live, well, thanks for watching the rebroadcast. Have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll see you probably on Wednesday live. Bye.